Hey everyone, I'm going to talk to you again about spatial design and why size matters in the environment and what sets our WebAR studio apart from others. And so in this particular case, I have Robocop and Grogu. Yes, it's an alternate universe. It is not Mando. Robocop is now looking after the child. So if you notice that Robocop's foot here is on this at the corner of this square, I have the environment set up for feet right now. Each one of these squares represents each one of these tiles. Squares, grid represents a foot. So from his foot over to the edge of this pram is 1 foot, okay? So let's check this out. So what does a tape measure and WorldCast have in common? Watch this. So I'm going to place this in the environment. Move this over here. Bring it a little bit closer so you can hear my mic. I'm going to get down and put this tape measure right at Robocop's foot. And here's the 1 foot mark, okay? So if I stand up and come right on top of looking straight down, there we go. You can see that we're pretty darn close to what the studio is showing in that element, okay? So let's talk a little bit more about this. Let's unpack this a bit. So a few years ago, I did this a few demo videos talking about real estate home staging, where you could take the elements and design them around on a blank area. So if you didn't have any kind of furniture and you need to do something quick, or whatever, maybe you're laying out your office environment or things like that, you can get the measurement of the room and be able to actually do this in real scale, and actually no code required at all. Just bring in all the elements and lay them out in real time, and be able to place that content exactly as is. Let's bring up another example. Here'd be more of a staged layout. Again, I measured out this environment, took it into ShowCAST, and just used the grid to be able to place all the content exactly how I would want it to be at the size of the actual room. So let's bring up those ShowCASTs for a minute. So for example, here's the bed, the print, the lamp, laptop, and end table. So this bed is about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 feet wide, just maybe a couple inches off on each side. The actual mattress itself is about 6.5 feet, and the actual bed from headboard to the end of this part is about 7 feet. Again, you can mix and match between feet as well as inches. So you can you can set the environment up for feet, meters, centimeters, inches, and be able to mix and match. So you might have your main environment set up for meters, and then use centimeters or feet and inches, depending on your region that you're in, to use those different measurements, right? So basically, to create a system, or to do this in ShowCAST, all you have to do is actually just go to WorldCast, go ShowCAST, pick your package. I'm just going to pick freemium and call this size example. And it's going to say, I want this to be 6 feet. I'm going to go create. So the ring that appears is actually ideally your staging area for the person when you place the content. This ring is to help you understand how to design your scene in front of how it's going to be placed in front of that person, the user, right? So in this case, we have I put 6 feet. So if I go from the middle line, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we have 6, each one is a foot. And the reason there's padding, it's to help you account for walking around an object, right? To get the user, if they place content, how to best place it from the starting point, from center, and then leaving enough room to walk around, as well as how to understand and design that spatial ad or that spatial content at scale in reality. Our system, if you've noticed before, does not really drift. So let's just place this again. Other systems that are relative based scale, they could lose tracking, or they're more geared to the viewport. They're not actual, they're more relative size than ours is more as close to absolute as you can possibly get. So you may have used it before, but you'll notice if I go around and just, maybe I'm looking over here, I'm looking up, looking down, all around, I haven't looked at it for a few seconds now. If I go back, it's still in that spot and it hasn't drifted. Some systems will actually move and maybe resize, because they're not, because they're relative, right? So the fact that you can design this content that fast for staging, for laying out your home office, for a myriad of different things that you may want to do, This is why it matters, and this is why we've got this designed the way we have within the studio, okay? We've made it very simple to understand the grid and be able to change those sizes, as well as mix and match the different metric units, the different measurement units, okay? So if I go to cast properties, I can change that over to meters, and that wouldn't change, but the content on there might change. You might have to resize that appropriately. But I hope that helps understanding ShowCAST a little bit more and how the system works for centimeters, inches, meters, and feet. As always, I can't wait to see what you create.